Hello and welcome to the Awesome 180 channel. I am Ashdin Doctor, your habit coach, and today we have a very interesting episode about 5 people who've been influential in my life. And these are not people that I know, these are people that I have followed, I have read their work, and I've listened to their podcasts, and they've completely changed the way that I think, and they have inspired me in ways that I cannot even begin to share. If you like content like this, please don't forget to hit subscribe and press the little bell icon on the side so you know when future videos come out. And if you do like the video at the end, please don't forget to hit like. Well, you can hit like right now as well. But so let's get straight into it. One of my absolute favorite people is a person called Tony Robbins. And if you've not heard of Tony Robbins, I don't know where have you been staying. Are you staying under a rock or on a different planet? Tony Robbins is one of the most influential people on the planet. He is a motivational speaker. He's a person who has changed thousands and thousands and thousands of lives across the world. And the amount of energy that he brings in to everything that he does is absolutely amazing. He's guided presidents during their difficult times. He's been the silent voice behind so many different movements around the world, and of course is a very, very successful businessman as well. And there's so much for me to unpack about his life. I've read his books. His book Unshakable, which is about getting your financial resilience up, thinking about financial freedom, is a fantastic book to start off with, especially when you're thinking about your financial freedom and how do you think about your journey with money. So Tony Robbins, definitely do check him out or check out his videos on YouTube. I guarantee you will be amazed by this man. The second person is Tim Ferriss. Tim Ferriss is a fantastic writer. He's made so many books that are high impact and get straight to the point, and you have so many tips and tricks that you can take out from it immediately. So one of his most famous books is called The Tools of Titans, and it's about that thick. But it's so well divided into you can do this, you can do this, you can do this for your health, you can do this for your business, you can do this for your life, you can do this for productivity. And there's so many aspects of Tim Ferriss that come across when you start reading his book. He, of course, has a podcast, which is again superb. Do check it out. It will open up your mind in ways that you haven't thought of before. One of the really heartening moments on this journey when I started the Habit Coach podcast and all of this stuff that I was doing, a year into it, there was an article that was published that had top 10 influential podcasts in the world. And the Habit Coach was here, and along with me was Tim Ferriss and Tony Robbins. And as soon as I saw that list, I burst out crying because there was no way that I could describe the feelings that I had, because these were my mentors, right? Even though they had no idea who I was, they were still my mentors. And I couldn't believe that my name or my podcast was with them in that list. So guys, it is such a good feeling when you do the stuff that really drives you and you're so passionate about and you see those results. So on a side note, 2 of my heroes and me being associated with them in an even tiny way like this in one small article brought such joy to me. Another person that has been influential in this journey is a guy called Dave Asprey. He's the person who started a company called Bulletproof. So you all must have heard of Bulletproof coffee, which is coffee with that butter or ghee and MCT oil inside. And the first time you hear about it, you're like, what the hell is that? Don't want. But once you try it out, it tastes fantastic. It's like a cappuccino. But more than that, Dave Asprey talks about something called biohacking. Biohacking is the way that you understand the human biology as a system and then figure out how to hack the system, change the system, or tweak the system. So you can do this in the form of exercise, in the form of nutrition, in the form of the supplements that you use, in the form of light therapy and the kind of light you choose to be in. You can do this with regards to the sleep that you have. So a lot of the stuff that I talk about has been influenced by Dave Asprey. Tracking my sleep, to understanding red light therapy. And you must have seen posts on my Instagram where I'm standing in red light. So all of this comes from this whole world of biohacking. And if you haven't explored that, I suggest a simple search on biohacking or checking out the links that we put out in the show notes will take you directly to these ideas. And if you can take control of your biology, you can take control of your life. So Dave Asprey was number 3. Number 4 is my fitness guru, the person who started this whole fitness revolution. Everything that you see here is because of him, Jeff Cavalier. He's the person who started Athlean X, and it's amazing as a channel. I started following him, I think 5-6 years ago, when I chanced upon him about 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night, and I spent that entire night binge watching every single episode of his on YouTube at that time. Obviously, there are far more now. And it was just an eye-opening experience, because till then, exercise was always a thing about, you do this, do this, do this. Nobody explained to you why. And what Jeff does is that he breaks it down for you, and he makes you understand the science behind whatever you're doing. So when you're doing a bicep curl, why is there that squeeze that you have to put on the top? Why is there that little action that you have to do like this to bring that bicep to full contraction? How do you make the most of every single small movement that you do, of every single small exercise that you do? And that just got me so excited, because I realized that if I could understand the science behind how the body moved, I could probably be more efficient at using it. I can be more better at getting the right exercises out, and ultimately improve the quality of my life, get those 6 packs that I always wanted. And Athlean X is the cause of that. So thank you so much. Finally, the 5th person that I want to talk about is a person called Thich Nhat Hanh. Amazing books, right? You can listen to them, you can read them, but they're all mind-altering, because they talk about spirituality. They talk about understanding your mind, understanding the world around you, human nature in nature. And you can see so many different ways in which they mingle, and understanding different forms of meditative practices, different forms of mindfulness practices. All these things help me understand myself better, and ultimately my clients better. So this has helped me dramatically in the way that I talk to my clients, be with them. It has also helped me dramatically in the various relationships in my life, because now I understood where people are coming from, where am I coming from, and how we can then connect at a very human level. So Thich Nhat Hanh is a brilliant, brilliant person, has inspired me a lot, especially during this lockdown. Believe it or not, I hadn't read a single thing by him till this lockdown started, and I have probably read everything since. So follow these 5 people. To recap, we have Tony Robbins, we have Tim Ferriss, we have Dave Asprey, Jeff Cavalier, and Thich Nhat Hanh. And obviously, I will be putting links to them in the show notes below so that you know where they're from. And if you have somebody who's inspired you, I would like to know about them. Please, in the comment section below, tell me about the people that have inspired you. How have they inspired you? What have you learned from them? What things have you taken from them and used in your life? Because ultimately, what is the point of hoarding all this information if we can't share it with each other? So share this with me. Connect with me on Instagram. I'm at Ashdin Doc. Send me a direct message. Talk to me. Because ultimately, let's grow this community together. Let's all share all the stuff that we've learned. I'm Ashdin Doctor. I'm your habit coach. And being inspired by people is also a habit, right? Because the more that you can be inspired, the more thoughts you can have, and the better quality thoughts you can have more consistently. Well, that's a habit after all. And remember, awesome lives, they start with just awesome habits.